Hello children, today we will start a new chapter from your accountancy book, that is chapter number 12, and the name of the chapter is Special Purpose Subsidiary Books. So now first of all we would like to discuss the meaning of subsidiary books. So let us get started with the class. Now in simple terms, if I have to explain you what is the meaning of subsidiary books, it means it is books of original entry. That means we know that books of original entry means journal. So when the journal is being subdivided into various books, that is purchase book, sales book, sales return book, purchase return book, and the other subsidiary books, then we get to have a subsidiary books. Okay, so what we basically do is, in subsidiary books we record the transactions of similar nature. That means what happens is journal is in journal we are recording all the transactions of all the types, but after we have recorded all the entries in the journal, we can again subdivide them or categorize them according to the nature of their own characteristic. We can categorize them or group them up in a separate books, that is known as subsidiary books. That means in subsidiary books we will have transactions of similar nature. Like I told you, it can be a purchase book. That means in this book we will have to record the purchase entries. Sales book, we will be recording all the sales entry. Sales return book, we will be recording all the sales return transactions. So these are the categories of subsidiary books, and this is the simple explanation of subsidiary books. Now here we have certain subsidiary books, special purpose subsidiary books. Now why it is known as special purpose? Because it will be used for the particular transaction only. That means if I talk about purchase book, I will be getting to know all the transactions related to purchase. Okay, so that is why it will be used for the purpose of purchase entries or purchase transaction only. That is why they are known as special purpose subsidiary books. So they are as follows: purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return book, bills receivable book, bills payable book, journal proper. Journal proper is nothing but the journal, with the normal journal that we have already done. Now bills receivable book and bills payable book, it is not there in your syllabus, so we will not discuss in details about that, but the other books are there in your syllabus. So now we will move on to purchase book in details. Now purchase book is a special kind of subsidiary book which is used to record only the credit purchase. I repeat, we record only credit purchase in purchase book, because the cash purchases, whatever we are doing, that we are recording in cash book. Okay, so that is also one kind of subsidiary book, cash book. Okay, so in purchase book we will record only the credit purchase of goods and services that we have rendered. Okay, and now the format of purchase book is, it is almost like journal only. It has 5 columns which has date, details of the creditors or details of the transaction, then invoice number, ledger folio, and that the details column will be again subdivided into the GST portion, and then finally we will be having amount. Okay, so now we will have a short look at the purchase at the format of the purchase book. So this is the format of purchase book, which has particulars, then invoice number, LF means ledger folio, details of the transaction, then purchase, what is the amount, then input CGST, input SGST, then input IGST, and then finally we have total amount. Okay, so this is the format of purchase book. So this much for today. If anyone has any problem in this, they can approach me. Thank you children.